One of the reasons why my account was suspicious was I didn't have any photos of friends, I didn't have any photos of vacations, I didn't really have any activity on it. Their assumption was that it was a dummy account and that when they seized my devices, they were going to find dozens of other accounts where I had made other communication or made other threat or doing anything. I am just not a Facebook person. And you know, once I had heard that there had been a threat, I thought, well, you know what? That thing I put up is a little bit snarky. They're dealing with enough. Maybe I'll have a conversation with Councilmember Keating later, but if they're dealing with this other thing, I don't want to, this is a bad joke and bad timing, so I don't want to bother them with this. On the morning of September 24th, around 8 in the morning, I was parked in front of my building loading up my vehicle for an event that was happening later in the afternoon. And as I bent down to pick up some sodas, I looked up and I was swarmed with both Tempe police officers and U.S. Marshals. I had no idea why they were there. It never occurred to me that something that I had posted and deleted a month earlier was the reason. I hope I serve as a cautionary tale. I do. And again, I'm the first one to admit I made a mistake. You know, I shouldn't have posted this. It was a little too snarky. It was a little bit cynical. And had anyone contacted me the month in between the posting of it and the U.S. Marshals, I would have said as much, you know? And it is a cliche. We all say you have to be very careful with what you post online. And I think what I failed to sort of realize is the sensitivities around that are even more heightened. It's even more a level of people have a lot of raw nerves right now for a lot of reasons on every side of these issues. And even if you're trying to be funny or send kind of a shorthanded, ironic message, it's not a good idea. I believe it was protected expression because I had an understanding of what qualifies as a threat and what the Supreme Court has defined as a threat. And my understanding of an online threat is it is empirically interpreted by everyone who sees it to be a threat. You would have to know the plot lines, the subtle plot lines of a television show from 8 years ago to even know what was the plot of that episode to then choose to see it as a threat. And I don't believe what I did was threatening, and the county attorney didn't believe so either. So it should be protected by the First Amendment. In between the time that I left Tempe and arrived back at my home in Tucson, I lost everything. I had lost my reputation. And of course, you know, this has been incredibly hard on my family. It's been hard on my friends. And there is a ton of a sense of violation that comes of it, and also just a huge sense of shame. And I'm, of course, relieved that the county attorney has chosen to completely reject all of the recommended charges. But that's just the first step. This just means I'm done with the judicial system and the criminal component of this. I haven't worked in months. My mugshot is everywhere. That makes me pretty unhireable. And if you are somebody who their work is built on your reputation and working for organizations and issues and candidates and that kind of thing, you don't really want to hire somebody who has a mugshot and felony threats against them, you know?